So thank you for joining me for this coffee with the editor. We're actually here in Addis Ababa. I am joined by the DG or Director General for Tanzania Railway Corporation. Some of the lines, they're almost done. Give us a recap on where you're at.
Tanzania government and the president is Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. They're putting a lot of effort in terms of development for standard rail gauge. So we embarked in construction about more than 2,000 kilometers now, from Dar es Salaam all the way to Mwanza, and then from Dar es Salaam all the way to Kigoma. This is under construction. We decided to have in lots, to have small lots, for two reasons. First, for financing, but also easy to manage. Because we didn't want to have one contractor who's taking the whole 1,200 kilometers. It's a little bit risky. So we wanted to have that one. So the first lot from Business City, it's not capital city, Dar es Salaam, Business City, Dar es Salaam all the way to Morogoro, which is around 300 kilometers, is almost done. We're talking about 98.7%. So we started testing commission as you saw. But also the second lot, Morogoro, that's original, to Dodoma, this is our capital city. We're almost more than 7. But we have other lots from Dodoma now all the way to Tabora, which is around 13%. And then we have from Tabora to Isaka. Isaka is a gateway to Rwanda. So we are around 5%. Then from Isaka to Mwanza, Lake Victoria, we are around 47% now. Then we have from Tabora to Kigoma, that's connection to DRC, Congo, part of Burundi. We're just at mobilization. So yeah, things really are working.
So on the Burundi side, the whole project went out to tender. Where are we at with that?
We're now under procurement. We are hoping by next year, maybe January, February, we'll have the contractor. So we are connecting the line from Tabora to Kigoma, then there's the Vuvinza, somewhere in the middle, and it branches to Burundi, Msongati. The idea is that we will, in the future, of course, Burundi and DRC, they are doing now feasibility study. Yeah. So really, the concept is to connect Tanzania, Burundi, DRC, especially the eastern part of DRC, okay, where the huge mining is there. Yes. That's the idea behind.
Today, you were also talking about some other projects that you were thinking about. Yes. What were those? And they're Greenfield projects at this stage.
Yes. We have the southern part of Tanzania. That's a central. Now we call it central corridor.
But it's not that central corridor.
Okay, that's the central corridor. Then we have southern corridor. It's connected from the southern part of Tanzania. That's Indian Ocean, and it goes all the way to Lake Nyasa. That's connected with Malawi. Then we have a huge mining, in Tanzania for coals and iron ore. That's Liganga Mchuchuma. Maybe you can Google somewhere, you will see it. Yeah, so we want to connect. But basically, that's a project really. It's not just for Tanzania. Because once you reach Lake Manyara, you're able to reach Malawi, part of Zambia, and part of Mozambique, actually. They can be using this. It's a regional railway. But also we have another project for Isaka, Lusumo, Kigali. Now this is, you see, we have to go with priorities. And that's from Kigali to connect we take it to the border to Goma. That's part of DRC. But also we have another project, that's the northern part of Tanzania. So it goes through from Port of Tanga, it goes all the way to Kilimanjaro, then Arusha, and then it goes all the way to Msoma. That's at the border of Namanga with Kenya.
So then I also heard you speaking today about open access and private operators. Yes. How is that going to work? I've heard you talking about the separating of the business and... Well, it's not really separating. How is this all going to come together?
Yeah, the idea is that, because of the capacity of our rail is huge, and that the capacity is money you're investing. So you need to utilize your asset. So obvious for TRC alone, I think it's better to invite private sector to come in, but also to make also TRC to be a little bit more competitive, more efficient. Because we are going to have competitors from the private, we're going to have competition from the private sector. So we are going to have an open access. Actually, it's a law now as we speak. We are just writing a regulation now to make it operationalize the law itself. Yeah, but how it's going to work for us, apart from invite someone to have his own wagons and rolling stock, but also we want it to work very close with truck owners, because you see, train cannot go anywhere. All of the, you cannot have the end-to-end services. So you need to have trucks. In either way, you can have a ship, then railway, then truck. So we want to see that the total logistic, end-to-end, we are controlling. If someone say he want to take his cargo, say from our port in Dar es Salaam, but then maybe it's taken to Rwanda, Kigali, and actually we don't have currently, we don't have a railway coming from Isaka to Rwanda. He can still deal with us, then we'll deal with the truck owners to make sure that you collect your cargo in Kigali without you being involved with the truck owner. Those are the things we are thinking, being able to provide end-to-end services, but also we don't want to be seen by the truck owner that we are threat to them. We are come to kill them. Yeah. We can have a joint venture to work with them. And basically, that's really the essence of government. The government doesn't do, we don't do business as government. Yeah. We create environment for private sector to do business. I mean, that's so. Really, our thinking is that we want to bring the private sector in this huge infrastructure, because as we speak, we have invested more than $10.016 billion. That is huge. And you want this asset to work, really, for the benefit of Tanzania, but also the region.
And all your rolling stock, has it arrived?
Yeah, it's just started arriving. We have some few coaches from South Korea, also electrical locomotives. We have one now, but I think in the next 2 days, we're going to receive another 3. Okay. But in total, we expect to receive 17 electrical locomotives. And then, of course, we have also freight wagons. That will be coming from China, about 1,430.
And then do you have any diesel, or is everything electrified?
No, it won't be 100% electrified, especially for the shunting, and marshalling. You cannot, definitely you need to have a diesel engine. So obviously we're going to have a diesel engine in some of the parts, especially for the marshalling part. Maybe in the port, because having electrification is a little bit dangerous. You cannot operate everywhere. Yeah, but the mainland it will be electrified 100%. Yes.
All right. And then, so next year you're going to open the 2 sections.
Yes, the first section from Dar es Salaam to Morogoro and Morogoro to Dodoma. That's our capital city. Yes, next year we are looking forward to open up. We started the testing commission. We'll see how it goes, but so far, it's going good.
I saw a fantastic video. Yes. But the guys were in the cab and they were so excited. And and it was like all Christmases came at once.
Yes.
They were very excited.
Yes.
What other plans what other big procurements opportunities have you got in the pipeline?
Yeah, the big procurement actually is on rolling stock, because you see, the network is huge. Obviously, we as TRC, Tanzania Railways Corporation, we are talking about 17 locomotives. That's peanut. We need maybe more than 100, locomotives, electrical locomotives. So that's a huge opportunity, really, for the private sector, or even for financial institution. We are still developing the different corridors within the country, which is connecting with our neighbors. So that's still an opportunity. When
do you see the procurement for the locomotives happening or starting?
From Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, we're expecting to finish around 26, 27. You need to start a little bit earlier for procurement, because it takes at least 2 years before you can have the locomotive or the wagons. So we're expecting definitely from 2025, 26. Obviously, we need to, 25 actually. We have to start the procurement more. We need more locomotives. But I'm very sure the private sector, for those who are looking forward to take that opportunity, They will need more locomotives too, and freight wagons and coaches. But I don't think it's for the coaches. Most likely freight wagons.
So in building all of these lines and servicing quite a large mining environment, have you already got take-off agreements with the mines?
We haven't signed, but we have a lot of conversation with mining companies in Tanzania, DRC, Burundi, in our region, and they are looking for solution because some of the, they give you the figures, how much they're paying just for the logistic. You could see the opportunity straight. The way Tanzania is positioned, it's easier to get stuff to Asia. That's where the real development is happening. You're talking about China, India. So, and we are well positioned as Tanzania to serve. As a link to SADC, as a link within East Africa. So, and not just for the mining, but also the chemicals for the mining. So we have a conversation, and based on our feasibility study, we know our numbers. But definitely we are going to be, of course, as we come very closer, we'll push for them to see, how can we sign contract with them too. But they are very excited, actually.
Now, got this rolling stock.
Yes.
You've got to look after it.
Yeah.
So you're going to put down, you've obviously got maintenance agreements, but do you have the facilities? The
contract with the contractors, it involves building our workshops, electrification, signaling fibers. So it's a complete set, really. The moment they say we are done, the workshop are there, equipment are there. Of course, definitely we might need to add some few equipment based on, the technology we're using. So, yeah, for the time being, I think the workshop we are having is enough. Of course, I know also, probably your question is also concerned about the skills. Yes. The skills. Yeah, we are, first of all, our priority is to prepare a local staff to maintain, and so far we are doing very good. Training our staff for the past almost 7 years now. But we also have some kind of joint venture with a cooperation or partnership with Korea Railway. So they brought their expertise. We are working with them now, writing the manuals, for operational, in terms of maintaining our tracks. So they're going to be with us for maybe 3 years, some kind of mentorship. All right. Yes. So once we feel that now we are okay, then we can say bye-bye. But really, we are looking to strengthen our human resource, or our people within TRC. We are going to have an open access. Obviously, we'll be having a different structure now, because obviously we have to accommodate the private sector to come in. The structure, the way TRC is now, is going to change.
Fantastic. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me for this coffee with the editor.